Hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Destiny Rising video. Greet you all. Hello. Alright, in this one we're going to be talking about all things that bear fruit. Okay? Fruit is one of the more important forms of currency in the game, and we'll go over first where all the ways you can get it in the exchange shops, and then explain why and where you will need to use it. Okay, here we go. All right, we're gonna head to the store. We're gonna go to exchange. Shifting Gates, which is the PvPvE area in the game with teams of 3. This is one way you can get it, building up currency for this. Here is the elemental fruit choice chest right here, ×8. So these are actually pretty tasty. Some of the matchups can be kind of painful depending on who you get with, especially with randoms, but it is what it is. Just get in there, put your time in, and grab these. There are a weekly limit to these, of course, but these are definitely worthwhile in getting. Of course, you also have a chance to get a draw charm here as well, and some other good goodies along the way too, so definitely worth pursuing. So there is that option. The other one is in the Fortuna shop under the Fortuna dust, and whereas I already got mine here they are. Monthly limit on these ones is 15. I think it's 1 per chest in this one, so there's 15 fruit selection chests down here for the month, mind you. This one is acquired by doing draws, so this will take some time to build up. At 17 a pop, that's not too bad, but this is definitely something that you want to pursue. And of course these other ones here that I've already have listed as sold out, if you just want to take note of that. But again, we're talking about fruit, all things fruit. And then the other thing is, once you get towards the latter end game portion, so to speak, once you unlock acclaim, your acclaim ranking ups, and you will do various activities and accumulate your celebratory seals for that. Here they are as well. These are all remind me's. These are long-term rewards, so I'm not 100% certain on whether these are once and done and then you can't get them ever again. It's highly possible. I don't know if these refresh, because let me scroll down here. I got one of the special charm draws here for only 75 coins, and it's sold out, and I think that might be the last of it, so I don't know. I'm hoping that these will refresh at some point or another, because one and done seems kind of not really worth it, especially for only ×5 a chest here for 2 chests. But be that as it may, there's those options, and that is where all the ways to get fruit there are now through the store exchange, that is. Now the other ways, of course, is the activity of, where are we at? Under adventure, the realm of the 9, as you can see here. Here is your elemental fruit. So by doing this and getting a specific amount of chests, I think you have to get like gold time chest completion in these to get the elemental fruit for the most part. This is another place to run some of your pinnacle points into and farming up fruit, because you're going to need a ton of it. And why is that? Well, let's now break it down as to why you're going to need fruit, and fruit is like one of the most important things I do believe in the game. And as a free-to-play, of course, it's going to take a lot more time to acquire, but this is what this whole process is about, of course. In all of my coverage videos when it comes to especially mobile games, I take the free-to-play approach, if I didn't make that 100% clear already. But here we go. Let's start with we'll start with relic abilities. Relic abilities is the only place you'll use fruit is over here. This does add up over time. As you can see, the price cost gets higher and higher and higher. This on every character as well, mind you. So the cost will continue to go up per character. These will all continue to enhance your signature abilities and such, and add this nice little synergy. So these are worthwhile in doing, of course. And for some certain progressive story milestones, you will have to unlock, at least on 3 characters, 2 of these upgrades on 3 different characters. So keep that in mind. But yeah, again, fruit, and then of course specific elements for each of these characters. Now this is where it gets really, really ugly. The other place, and this is the basic, I'd say pretty much what would be, if you're familiar with Immortal, of course, the secondary stats, this is where the fruit will come into the most important need here. Under your artifacts, this is where it gets very, very ugly. All this icon over here, let's go ahead and click on these. And look at this chart, okay? You get health, shield, and defense stat bonuses, all right? Now, you have to start with the 3 shiny nodes here to begin with, okay? And you activate with Glimmer, of course, but fruit. And it all depends on which node you're going to activate. In this case, the defense node is with the arc fruit. The defense. The shield node is with the void fruit over here, and then there is the health node, which is the solar fruit, which is why you need a ton of it, because these will bolster stats, your main stats, health, shield, and defense up, significantly over time. This is going to be an over time thing. And what makes this even worse is, you can see here, of course, the cost goes up the further nodes you go in here. And then, of course, you also have to get various other materials to upgrade these larger nodes. And further in, you see the costs continue to rise. And then you get to the central node. And yeah, significant amount of cost to upgrade this. Now, why do you need, again, truckloads upon truckloads of fruit? Because not only, this is one individual character. This is gilding, is what this is referred to once you unlock it. Gilding level, okay? Raise this, of course, and you become that much more stronger. Of course, is what you want in the long game. The long game. So bear that in mind. Get fruit every single opportunity that you can, because, like I said, if you switch to a different character, they have their own chart too. The same cost per node across the board in all of these. Same. But again, each individual character that you have has one of these to complete. So yeah, and that also brings it back around again to just the mere mention of focus on 3 characters. Try to get them with all the different elements tied to them to complete various forms of content in the game. They will require you to constantly have thresholds of various power, light levels, and on 3 characters. So that is pretty much your main focus. Find the 3 that you really like. Try, like I said, to have the variety of the elements and go from there. But yeah, you're going to need truckloads of fruit for all of this. And this is going to be very, over the course of time. The pay-to-win aspect, they might have a little bit more access to these a little bit more quickly, of course, but this is, you do want to eventually try and focus in on these. But again, also in your relic abilities, these are just as important to a degree, and they will still, these will start to add up. The first node, I forget what it was. The second one here showing I need 6, and then the third slot will be 12. And they seem to go up exponentially. But anyway, there you go. Hopefully that will be something to keep in mind this entire time. Hopefully give you something to focus on and pay attention to. Like I said, all the various ways of acquiring it through the store exchanges and the activity of the Realm of the Nine. This is where you're going to go and farm your fruit. And it's definitely what you're going to have to do as much as possible. Wherever you can get it, get your fruit. All right, so anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below and all things asked here. If you have any other questions, of course, put them down below. I'll try to answer them best I can with the knowledge I have up to this point as a free-to-play and as my progress into the game so far. So, as per usual and as always, do the YouTube things, of course. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff to help out the channel and support and help fight the algorithm, the nasty algorithm. And as always, in the real world on fire, stay safe out there as best you can in the real world on fire. Take care of yourselves as best you can. Take things one day at a time. It's all we can do. It's the best we can do. Until next time, everybody. See ya.